Okay, folks, I'm going to do a really quick video that people have asked me in terms of what would be my favorite suburbs here in close to Tacoma. So I'm just going to say Pierce County. You know, I focus a lot on Tacoma, or I focus on areas within Seattle, but I'm going to pick two cities that we really and truly thought hard about, one more so than the other. So I'm going to tell you what they are. Puyallup is one of them, and the other one that's in Pierce County is Gig Harbor. Both cities are in Pierce County. Let me first discuss Gig Harbor and kind of why we didn't go for Gig Harbor. Gig Harbor is kind of this up-and-coming place that people are really wanting to invest more time in. Gig Harbor is going to give you a lot more of a quaint town type atmosphere. There's a lot of nature, and you don't feel like you're in such a city. You know, it feels very rural and that type of thing. And it's a really nice suburban style city. It's just a great area. Not a lot of issues to really worry about in terms of Gig Harbor. The only problem, and one of the things that we kind of thought about, was getting to and from Gig Harbor. You have to cross the Narrows Bridge, and the bridge is not necessarily the issue. It's just heading to Tacoma, where all of the jobs, typically most of the jobs are, you're going to have to pay every single time you cross the bridge. So that was one of the things that we really and truly considered, and we decided against it. Now, some people choose not to live there, obviously, because you have to pay a toll every time you come into Tacoma. That, I think, has really halted the growth back in the day of Gig Harbor. I think that a lot of people were like, I don't want to have to pay every time I have to go to work, or, you know, go and get groceries. Gig Harbor has now changed quite a bit. Yeah, you still have to pay to go into Tacoma, but there's a lot of employment centers opening up in Gig Harbor, and a lot of grocery stores are opening up in Gig Harbor since that time. So you have Fred Meyer and stuff like that now. So really and truly, Gig Harbor is a really good place overall. The other one that we really thought hard about was Puyallup. And today, and what reminded me of this video was today when I went to check out one of the properties in Bonnie Lake area. You know, I basically had to travel through Puyallup. Instead of taking the interstate, I took all the back roads to where I had to go. So it took literally an hour to get from here to Bonnie Lake. But if you take the interstate, it's literally like a 35 minute deal. But going that way, I got to go through a lot of the smaller areas and take a look at them. Puyallup, to me, is a really nice city. It kind of reminds me of, like, I guess, the Bainbridge Island, kind of. It reminds me of, what would be another city that it kind of is very close to? I didn't go to it, but Noelle went to it, and that was up in, I forget where she went. I'll put the name of the city right here. But you get that vibe, right? Puyallup gives you a little bit more of a city feel if you go directly into downtown, but you also have a lot of suburban feel too. So for people who don't want to feel like, you know, you are truly in a very rural area, this is kind of a happy medium. You're not going to have, you know, big industry everywhere in Puyallup or anything like that either. But you also do at least have, I mean, Puyallup has a mall. So it's not like it is kind of away from everything. Gig Harbor doesn't really have that. I mean, there's some stores and stuff, but it doesn't have a mall. So Puyallup at least has a mall. It's really relatively close to Tacoma as well. Both of these are kind of like, I guess, little satellite cities or suburbs of Tacoma. Puyallup is pretty much kind of more of the towards the east, and Gig Harbor is more or less towards the west. But Puyallup has this really vibrant feel to it. A lot of cool places to eat downtown, a lot of cool places to just go and have an adventure and that type of thing. You know, Pierce County does this little thing on their local television station that talks about the various different small businesses in Pierce County in general, but they focus on Puyallup every now and again. And those are some really cool shops. It kind of gives you this Mayberry feeling, but it, again, is nice. Downtown is really nice. They've really did a lot of refurbishments and a lot of different things. A lot of businesses are there. It's a pretty quiet area. Both Gig Harbor and Puyallup are going to be a little bit more pricier. It used to not be that way. But nowadays, they're going to be a little bit more pricier, to a degree more so than some of the places here in Tacoma. So that's my take. If I had to choose two places to actually live in Pierce County, it would be Gig Harbor and it would be Puyallup, probably with Puyallup winning, only because, like I said, Gig Harbor you have to pay to come in, and there's really no shopping malls or anything like that. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and until next time, I will see you. Take care.